Hi, I'm Professor Beck Strah.
And I'm Professor Eric Bronson, and this is Prison Breakdown.
2, 3, break!
Hate to spoil his fun, but we're gonna bust out of here.
2, 3, break!
I'm locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
2, 3, break!
I can honestly say I'm a changed man. No danger to society here. God's honest truth.
2, 3, break!
I'm not leaving this cell. I'll get out my way. The right way.
2, 3, break!
Ahoy, dudes. Welcome back to the pod. It's me, ya boy, Associate Professor, recently promoted and tenured Dr. Beck Strah, joined by my co-host, recently tenured Dr. Eric Bronson, or as you all call him, Doc Brock.
They do?
No, I thought that'd be cool, though.
Oh, okay.
It'd be a fun nickname, even though your name isn't Brock at all.
No, but it would be like a Brockhead, you know, kind of.
What's a Brockhead?
Blockhead.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, congratulations on that tenure and promotion, my friend.
No congratulations to you, friend.
Oh, it's old news. Third time at third school.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at this old braggart.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to do it again. That's enough of this nonsense.
No, he's had enough.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
It is so unnecessarily just bonkers, but that, glad it's over with.
We've made it, buddy. And
we have. And you know what else has made it? We got some big news the other day.
What's
this
that?
This podcast was recently ranked as one of the 45 best prison podcasts out there. I mean, by FeedSpot Podcasts. So looking at prison podcasts, they went ahead and they've considered all of them out there supposedly, and we are number 20 in 2026. That is big news. And a little bit of, we get to pat ourselves on the back, but thank you to the listeners for everybody who listens and likes and shares and everything else they're supposed to do with podcasts. We appreciate you paying attention. And wow, this is big time. Yeah. We're up there with some really heavy hitting podcasts too.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Number 20 of all the prison podcasts. That's something else.
This just means I have 19 podcasts that are now my enemy.
Let's go.
We're gonna have to work our way up to the top and defeat these one by one in hand-to-hand
the final
combat.
boss, ear hustle. I don't know if we can challenge their dominance, but you know what? I think we can.
What's that guy from Ear Hustle? Erland something? I like him a lot. I wouldn't want to fight him.
Erlon. Yeah. He's great. Yeah. No, we support you, Ear Hustle. We think that you are fantastic. Right. I see that the ranking is 70 on the Apple charts. So they're beyond the prison charts. They're
a huge podcast.
Yeah.
Them
and Locked In with Ian Beck.
Not familiar.
Yeah. Have you listened to this Locked In with Ian Beck?
Yeah.
Former federal inmate?
I've listened to that a lot. There's got a lot of the former inmates talking about their experiences. It's some good stuff too.
Well, not this good. I mean, we're on a movie where we're on a month where we just talk about movies. That's the
exactly. But
those other podcasts don't do this.
No, nor are they sponsored by Roger Williams University School of Justice Studies.
They certainly are.
Tell me about that sponsor.
Gosh, we love Roger Williams University School of Justice Studies. Like, what can be said about them that already hasn't been said on lists of best universities, right? Best schools of justice studies.
Yes.
Best criminal justice programs.
Indeed. So they have so many lovely degree and certificate offerings, including such things as international relations. so you can relate internationally.
I like that one. That one's, if it was a different world and a different time, I think that one might be that's a kind of a sexy offering there. International relations.
Like if I wanted to get like a foreign girlfriend or boyfriend, then I take some international relations courses.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And if you want to get a girlfriend or boyfriend with a nose ring, they have sociology.
Here we go.
Yeah, Bronson, where's your nose ring?
Yeah.
I took it out.
Yeah.
I take it out for the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Pod, check this out. Oh, yeah.
You got a earring there, huh?
To celebrate tenure, I've got my ear pierced. My lovely wife and I went out and got piercings the other day.
Oh, that's cool. How was that?
Oh, it was tight. And I want to do something for myself, and she's joked about me getting my ear re-pierced for a while, and I'm like, why joke about it? Let's do this. Let's go.
Do it.
Hell yeah! Wow. Now you're alt like me, brother.
I'm an original alt. I had my both ears pierced several years
far
ago.
Before I did. Yes.
Professor Alan Barnes at University of Alaska Anchorage said back in front of the class, he said, back in my day, if a guy had two ears pierced, they were gay. Are you gay, Beck?
In front of the class, really?
I don't think we can do that in front of classes anymore. But thank you, Doctor. I genuinely love Dr. Barnes, and that was so funny that he did that.
Yeah, that. I love Dr. Barnes now too. That was so cool. If you want to get a girlfriend or boyfriend with a shovel, they offer anthropology at Roger Williams School of Justice Studies. If you want to get a girlfriend or boyfriend who does bureaucracy, they have offerings in public administration.
Oh.
If you want to get a girlfriend or boyfriend who's like a paralegal, they offer legal studies.
Oh yeah. That's a good track to law school, I hear.
Right. If I want to get a girlfriend or boyfriend who won't shut up about the news, they have political science. And if they just want to score a 10 out of 10 baddie, of course, they've got the School of Criminal Justice.
Yeah. Yes.
Wah, wah, wah. Yes.
And then, of course, if they want to be more powerful alone.
More powerful alone. Where do you use leadership by yourself?
I'm saying you don't need like a life partner to lead people. Look at Elon Musk. He's been divorced a bunch.
He's not known for being a good leader.
Yeah, you're right. Bad example.
Well, let's hope they have some ethics classes.
Yeah, like Dr. Eric Bronson's ethics class.
Damn right.
Oh, they got Bronson teaching ethics.
Yeah.
Did you volunteer for that?
Oh, I've been doing that for years. It is a blast. That class is so much fun.
Yeah. Is it like kind of like the philosophy of ethics or more kind of?
A little bit of, I mean, it's all about, you talk about what people do and, a little bit of hypocrisy, the roots of ethical behavior and
right.
Yeah. A little bit of religion, which of course gets people talking. It's great fun. It is great fun. I love teaching that class.
Yeah. Is much of it looking at exceptions to the rule and policy? Like, hey, we have an inmate who killed a corrections officer, but what do we do with them? Now, I know you don't believe in solitary confinement, but what do we do with this guy?
Right.
Like something like that. It presents a real ethical conundrum.
Right.
A quandary, if you will.
Right.
Well, there's also one of my favorite examples in the class is talking about one of my friends down in Beaumont, Molly, who's a police officer. They're told as police officers, you never feed into individuals' psychosis. Right. Yeah. When you're going out on calls, and they would every, 6, 8, 9 months, whatever, they get a call from this woman in town who would complain about that she needs a police officer to come over because she has little green men in her house. And so, over and over, they would go up and, just say, there's no little green men here. And of course, this woman saw these little green men. Well, his solution was to go up and, have her hold the door open and leave the car door of his patrol car open. And he would direct the little green men out of her house and into the back seat of the car. And the calls to the police department, to 911, immediately stopped as soon as he did that.
That's actually good policing,
Well, that's the one that, they're taught, hey, you don't do this. You don't feed into the psychosis, but
in a harmless case like that, it's just like a lady who's like abusing 911 because she's having delusions. Right. And like the only way to stop that is to play into the delusions. And like either, there's no real solutions for it except for blocking her number, which I don't think you're allowed to do, is 911.
911 block.
Yeah, right? I want to see 911's block list. Yeah.
Craig Wolf one too many times, lady.
Yeah. But yeah.
So it's good stuff.
It is.
Well, I would love to sit in on a class like that, Bronson, or Doc Brock, as we're calling him now.
But yeah, we love Roger Williams University School of Justice Studies. Go check out their stuff. rwu.edu, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. Now, in addition to things that we love on this podcast, we love the month of May. Tell me why that is.
Because it's the movie May-nute.
Movie May-nute, where we celebrate prison films.
Yes.
This is a month where
we out compared to those others. It's not just like, well, I was in my cell and I was scratching lines on the wall of the count each day.
Yeah. Podcast number 15 on the top charts. We're talking to you. We're calling you out specifically, not by name, but by number, because I don't know what you are. But, fuck up. Get a movie month like us.
Right.
This is a month where we sink our teeth into a prison film. We talk about it. We talk about how much it is like the prison experience. And we talk about its realism and how it can feed people's perceptions of prison. Now, what is the movie that we're watching today?
Today we are watching Brawl in Cell Block 99, a 2017 American film written and directed by S. Craig Zahler, starring Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Carpenter, and Mark Blucas. The story...
Don't forget about Don Johnson.
Don Johnson does play... Yeah, we'll talk about Don Johnson a lot. We love Don Johnson in this film. So
we love Don Johnson. I love Don Johnson's musical career. Mm-hmm. I know I'm a minority here, but his album Heartbeat is a perfect album from the 1980s. Mm-hmm. And his follow-up, Let It Roll, didn't quite do it for me. There's like 2 or 3 songs on there that are bangers, but everything else doesn't hit. Mm-hmm. How do you two feel about his musical career?
As someone who lived through the 80s, not perfect album. Gotta disagree with you, my friend.
Eric, you're too close to the material. As someone who lived through part of the 80s, I can say, yes, it is a perfect album. Tweet at us, hashtag Team Strah or hashtag Team Strah, because there's no way you're hashtag Team Bronson on this.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Our listeners don't even know that man had a musical career.
Sorry, well, listener, look it up. Look up the song Heartbeat. Look up the video where he's playing like a photojournalist in a war-torn country, and tell me that you don't love that song. Heartbeat by Don Johnson. Look it up. Now, let's dive into the film.
Let's talk about the film. All right, so we open up with Vince Vaughn. He plays a character named Bradley Thomas, and he arrives to his job at an auto body shop where he's like a tow truck driver.
Yeah.
His boss is there like with all the staff, and he has to lay him off due to a hard economy. And this bums Bradley out a lot because he seems to be, not totally up on his luck. He's just a working class guy, probably living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, we get that impression from him. He's a man whose defining feature is that he's got his head is shaved bald, and he's got a big cross tattoo on the back.
Yeah, which it shows very prominently from the very beginning of the film, and it's very interesting.
Bronson, you should draw a big cross on the back of your head.
You should get a head tattoo, right. Bronson. That'd be cool as hell.
That's the one spot where I have a little hair.
Well, you should get a forehead tattoo.
I find it interesting that they did use that cross there on the back of the head and
bald thoughts
and not much else. I don't know. It's just like, what are we showing here? That is he supposedly a Christian? Is he a white nationalist? What's going on here with this? What is this supposed to represent? I was a little, when I first saw it,
right.
This is interesting.
That's true. I saw something about, I believe the director said he's supposed to represent like a guy coming from a Christian faith, even though his faith is never directly addressed at all in the movie.
Right.
Okay.
In this movie, like in all of, so this movie is written and directed by S. Craig Zahler, who also did Bone Tomahawk from like 2015 and Dragged Across Concrete, I think from 2019. Both of which are like really pretty good films, and this is I've seen both of those, and this is the first time I've seen this. So I've seen like all his films now, and he has a very interesting consistency across his media, which makes me like really wonder what his politics are a lot, because like some of it could be it's like open to interpretation a lot. Like he does love violence and he does love like being disgusting. But
yeah, I was gonna say one of the things that really stood out to me about the film is just the gore factor. Like trying to shock people through creating a spectacle with gore.
Yeah.
Yes. Throughout, and I love it. I think it's so cool.
Honestly,
it's interesting knowing that's kind of his thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought it was like very fun filmmaking, to be honest, as well.
His politics don't reveal themselves at all here. I didn't think, and that it's a roughly apolitical film. It's a pretty straightforward story that is engaging all the way through, but it never delves into philosophizing and giving the reader a piece of what the director thinks about any real issues.
Yeah, right. So he's laid off, and we see him driving home like in his old kind of beat up car. And before he drives off, though, he has like an interesting moment with his coworker who he seems like kind of close with. And the coworker's like, if the things pick up, I'll tell him to call you. And he says, that's what I told like the last 3 guys who were let go. So Bradley's obviously like been there for a while, and he's seen people come and go, and things don't ever really pick up. So he's obviously like in a dead end job, kind of like in a dying town, and he gets home to like his kind of dumpy house, and he's early because he got fired from work, or he got laid off. He sees a car in the driveway and his wife inside, like putting on makeup or something. And so he goes and opens up the door, and she's like, "What are you doing home early?" And he looks at the back of her neck, and there's like bruising or something, and
a hickey.
Yeah. And he's like, "What's going on?" And she is like, "I've been seeing someone else." And he's like, "Go inside." And so she goes inside, and he absolutely destroys this car with his bare hands.
Apparently he did it in real life.
I read that. Yeah, that's so cool because he like wrecks this car. He like literally takes the hood off of the car with his bare hands. And I was just like, that's crazy. And then he punches out the headlight. and like rips out a light bulb, and I'm like, this is savage. This is like it was a really powerful, crazy scene.
He plays an incredibly physical man in this movie, even though he's the protagonist. He's like a monster of a man physically, and like he's a Bronson. He's imposing.
Yeah, in real life, like he is like 6'5", and he's a pretty big guy. He probably weighs like a good 250, and he's pretty lean. It looks like he has done sports before. He could probably fuck someone up.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. It's such a different role for him, right?
Yeah, he's usually the wisecracking guy.
Right.
Yeah.
The total smart ass who is going to stand back and mock the hell out of anything you do. And then to be put in this role, it's I think I had trouble getting past that.
Honestly, this was his best role that I've seen him in. I thought he was pretty good in that season of True Detective. I thought he was one of the standouts in that season, but no, this was my favorite. This is my favorite Vince Vaughn role by far.
He's very understated, and he says "howdy" a good amount, which I always like.
Oh.
Howdy.
Another thing that makes me wonder about the writer-director's politics is he's worked with Vince Vaughn a couple times now, and Vince Vaughn is known for his like conservative politics, and he's also worked with Mel Gibson on Dragged Across Concrete, which, you know, we got famous Hollywood conservatives this guy likes working with, which makes me wonder. You know?
I believe Mel Gibson is the White House's ambassador to Hollywood now. One of them.
Great.
Yeah. Just what we needed.
So, Bradley goes inside to calm down, and he and Lauren sit down and have a talk, and he like forgives her and says they should fix their marriage and have another child. And I was like, oh, that's I don't know if that's the move, right?
Yeah, that fixes things. We're not happy now, but we will be if we have a child.
Add more children.
Yeah. And he says he's going to call this guy he knows, Gil. Apparently Gil has a lot of money or something and can put him to work, but it's going to be illicit.
Illegal.
Yes, probably illegal. And Lauren, oh, by the way, Lauren in this movie, I didn't say, but played by Jennifer Carpenter. I think the only woman with a line in the movie. I think it's a guy's film. It's a very guy's film. Lots of guys. But she's great in it. She's great. Yeah, we always like Jennifer Carpenter. So, Bradley says, Lauren says that he said he'd never work for Gil, but Bradley's like, you know, we have to. So that's kind of the short first act. So we cut to 18 months later.
We see they are living well. They have a cool house now.
Yeah.
It's not the I believe he called his former house a shit box. It's not that shit box house that he had previously. He's got a big house. Everything looks more modern. They got a king size bed. They've got it going for him. They are living well. He's driving a new car. He seems to be living large. We see he is a more accomplished, street smart family man who wants to give his wife and child a better life. And he's running drugs to do that.
Yeah. And they, their relationship is like incredibly stable and loving. Like his plan worked. Like his plan when he sat down on the couch is like, we should reignite our relationship and have a baby. Let me just start like dealing drugs. It worked, which is like, it's the craziest plan.
Right.
It's the craziest plan. It's the worst plan, but it worked.
It's unlikely, but if it works, then
which makes me wonder what this movie is trying to say. Like should I deal?
It's a little bit of guidance for all the children out there that are listening to our podcast right now. Take some notes from this movie and see where you can get rather than college.
Yeah.
Don't have another kid to save your relationship. Don't have a kid to save, even one.
Right.
Don't try to save your relationship through children.
Yeah. So next we get a scene with Gil and Bradley. And we finally meet Gil, and he's like, this kind of like playboy in a suit kind of guy. Definite like drug dealer energy, but like seems like a pretty cool guy. And he seems to treat Bradley really well. They seem to have like a good relationship. And Gil like trusts Bradley implicitly.
Yeah.
So he entrusts him to handle a large-scale meth pickup. Gil obligates Bradley to work alongside 2 untrained operatives hired by a Mexican cartel contact named Elysiar. And like Bradley doesn't want to work with one of them because he's high. And the guy's like, what? And because he's like this huge dude. And so Bradley like has a side with Gil, and Gil's like, it'll pay like a lot of money, and I trust you on this. Like, I need you to do this for me. So Bradley reluctantly agrees, but says like, I'm like in charge of this pickup. Like, they're going to follow my lead. And yeah. So next we go to the boat dock. So Bradley and the 2 guys from the cartel arrive at a dark pier at night, and they go and get on a boat that belongs to Gil. And before doing this, Bradley makes them like throw all their guns away because he says he doesn't want anyone.
Throws them in the drink.
Yep. Throws them right into the water, which is like, you could just like throw the clips or something. I don't know, like discharge the firearm, give the gun back, being like, you're not going to shoot anybody. But like just throwing them away is kind of mean-spirited, I think.
Well, I think that goes to show his, he doesn't give a shit attitude.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like this movie does portray Vince Vaughn as like the coolest guy, even though he has the dumbest tattoo on the back of his head.
Yeah. But he's a take no shit kind of guy, and he's a guy who is like, even if he's committing crime, he's doing it for the right reasons. He's like morally upstanding.
Right. He's definitely like, like a kind of moral, amoral protagonist.
Yeah, exactly. And so Bradley and these 2 guys, they pick up a trunk from a boat, and the trunk is full of drugs, and they get back to shore, and they throw the drugs into the water because the cops are coming, and the cops corner the 2 guys he's with, and a shootout ensues. And these 2 guys he's with, Roman and Pedro, they have hand grenades. They have like Uzis. They have all kinds of weaponry, and they're shooting at the cops, and Bradley helps the cops take down these 2 guys, Roman and Pedro, that he had been working with. So he helps the police. Yeah,
he kills one of them, and then he like knocks the other one out. So, but surprisingly, because Bradley does this, no cops die in the incident. And it's like a good like 5 minutes of shooting with Uzis and shit. And I'm like, how?
How did nobody die, right? Everyone's hiding behind a car, but still.
Well, it's so funny because whenever something like that happens in a movie, or I'm always reminded of one of the inmates that was on my caseload there in Kentucky, when he came to the office the very first time so that I could go review his case with him, because he was in for attempted murder of a sheriff.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, he told me that he and the sheriffs were the sheriff that he was shooting at were within arm's reach of each other, right? That they could reach out, and he shot 6 times, and the sheriff shot 4 times, and nobody got hit. I mean, how did that? How does that? And he goes, I think in real life, it's not like the movies where the good guys always shoot the bad guys and the bad guys always miss. He goes, it's a lot harder than you think to shoot somebody. And so that's when you see this, where there's guns everywhere and nobody gets shot, Like, okay, maybe that's a little bit closer to what could really happen. Or
yeah, the thing is with like automatic weapons, it's like a lot harder to miss because you have so many chances, you know?
You're right. There's a spray.
Yeah, and they have like fully automatic weapons, and they're just like firing into a group of cops. And I'm like, and we see a lot of them get shot down and like incapacitated, but like none of them die.
Yeah, and Eric, do you think this guy meant like the human cost, or do you think he meant it's a lot harder to shoot a moving target?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the latter. That it's really hard that you're nervous, you're shaking, and people are moving, and so it's a lot harder than you think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Bradley incapacitates the two guys, or kills one of them, and then incapacitates the big guy. And then he is immediately arrested by the surviving officers, who like call him like a shitbag or an asshole or something. They're like, freeze, asshole. And I'm like, he just saved you. Like, no need to name call. Like,
right. Exactly. He's like on your side, even though it's not to his.
If anything, I'd be like,
interest.
Hands up, good sir.
Hands up, concerned citizen.
Yes.
You figure in real life, they would just be like, hey, drop the weapon, that kind of, not, hey, asshole.
Yeah,
saving us. No, we're gonna.
So,
straight talk.
Bradley is taken into custody, and during an interview, he meets a detective who like comes in and like basically tells him like, good job, like, thanks for like helping us out. Now we're still going to charge you unless you can give us a name. Like of someone you work for, someone you work with, someone who we can like put more blame on this for, and he refuses to rat.
He's no Tim Allen.
He is no Tim Allen at all. But he refuses to rat, so he is thereby sentenced to, I think, 8 years in a federal penitentiary. 7 years. 7 years for the drug stuff, but with mitigating factors because he helped the cops out.
Right. Even though he was told he was going to get 4 to 5 years, he gets 7 years, which is bullshit. But he gets sentenced to the Franklin R. James Medium Security Detention Center.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I liked about this movie that we don't get in some prison movies is they have a booking. Like they show us the booking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the booking, right? The booking.
Mm-hmm.
So during the booking, there's a part where the guy says, talking about his legs, like, spread them apart is what he says. And my Amazon Echo heard that and somehow interpreted it, play a fart. And so I hear out of nowhere, okay, I'll play you one. And I'm like, excuse me? And it goes, oh, that was a big one, wasn't it? Would you like to hear another one? And the movie's still playing, and somehow it interprets it as yes. So it's like, burn, and does like a high squeaking fart. And I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, Alexa, stop!
Robots talking to robots, dog.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got to tell you, Back for the Future, just so you understand, that is one of my favorite features for the boys. They just love that feature on the Alexa.
Oh, they make Alexa play farts. I'm going to convince my child that farts are not funny and that girls will not talk to you if you think farts are funny.
No.
And,
you won't be able to do that. Their friends are going to think it's hilarious.
Well, maybe I'll succeed on 6-7 then at least. It'll be worn out.
Oh, yeah, that's dead. That's definitely dead. You don't have to worry about that.
So next, Bradley is transported to his new home for the next 7 years, a medium security prison, where he's led through processing and introduced to his mentor and tour guide, another prisoner named Lefty, played by Willie C. Carpenter. And I really liked this guy. He felt very like lived in and authentic, like a guy who would like been to prison or like knew someone from there. Like he felt very, like a real chill mentor. But
he's like an old head in the prison,
definitely an old head.
Like Morgan Freeman's character in The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So he says he killed a couple guys in a stick-up Shot one of them 5 times in the head. So I'm like, damn, Lefty, you're crazy. He also meets Andre, a no-nonsense correctional officer who tries to convince Bradley to box, but takes a disliking to him when he doesn't want to. And Bradley says he used to box when he was younger. So,
one thing I liked about the scenes between Bradley and Lefty is that Lefty keeps trying to get out of him, like, okay, what'd you do? People who don't want to talk about their crimes are the ones who are going to be the social outcasts because they're the ones who have done the most heinous shit.
Right.
And like, if you hurt women or kids or something like that, you should just come up with a lie and stick to it. And that's one of those things that is genuine to prison. But it's also breaking this rule, this unwritten rule of do your own time, where you shouldn't be asking to stay out of other people's business. And it's one of these tenets of the inmate code where people aren't typically like you will hear stuff through the grapevine, but you're not supposed to ask people directly straight up, what did you do?
So meanwhile, we go back to Lauren, who's in her home at night, sleeping, when she hears like her alarm go off. And so she gets a gun from the drawer, and a window breaks, and so she starts shooting at whatever's out there, and she's hit by a couple like knockout darts and goes night night and is kidnapped.
I heard recently that they don't make tranquilizer darts for human beings because why would you do that? Yeah. And so I was thinking about that while watching this.
I mean, you could
tranquilizer
make one.
darts. You think there's for a horse?
Could be.
For a cow.
Cow. Yeah, there you go.
Cow or pig.
So next, Lefty takes Bradley to Denise, who's played by Pooja Kumar, who's his caseworker. And he's, I don't know. Yeah, this is just a brief scene, and Bradley doesn't really want to do much, but
she directs him to a meeting with his wife's obstetrician, who is coming into the prison apparently, and we'll meet him over at visitation.
Yeah. So over, he's visited by someone, an eerie, soft-spoken man known as the Placid Man on the credits, as played by Udo Kier.
A real creep man in everything he plays, and I think he's great in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just, and the creep man is a great way to describe him. He plays that role perfectly.
He does. So the Placid Man reveals Elysiar's cartel has kidnapped Lauren because Elysiar lost $3.2 million in the botched bust. Bradley must pay the debt with his compliance. And so he says that unless he assassinates a guy named Christopher Bridge, who's held at another prison, the Placid Man threatens that a rogue abortionist from Korea will surgically mutilate Lauren's unborn fetus. And this was one of the most horrifying scenes in the entire film. And it was just a guy describing what he was going to do to this unborn fetus. It was disgusting.
And this part of the plot took me, this and the tranquilizer darts took me out of the movie to be like, oh, okay, this is going like a weird, like nonsensical place that's never going to happen in real life. But I appreciate this movie's commitment to like pulpiness.
Yeah. It's a commitment to like raising the stakes artificially. Like he could have just said like, if you don't pay, we're going to kill your wife, Yeah. Or, if you don't do this, we're going to kill your wife. They could have said that. But instead, they had to go through like gratuitous detail of what they were going to do to an unborn child. And I'm just like, dude, S. Craig Zahler is obviously a sicko.
Yuck, dude.
But he makes an entertaining film. So, like, can I fault him on being a sicko? I'm not sure
Yuck,
I can.
Dude. Yuck.
Okay, so Apparently, Christopher Bridge is housed at Redleaf, which is a ultra maximum security prison, and Bradley must get transferred there in order to kill Christopher Bridge. So, in order to do so, Bradley instantly attacks Andre, the prison guard, and this is like a really cool fight scene between the two because, like, obviously, like Bradley who used to box versus Andre, who runs like the prison boxing club. You're gonna get two trained fighters going at it, and you know,
boxers fight.
Yeah, they both get a good bit of each other, but then Bradley definitely gets the upper hand and takes Andre down and brutally breaks his arm, just like snaps it in half.
Yeah. We graphically see this on screen too,
Yeah.
which rules.
Yeah. It's
So
to me, it seemed like the era of, you know, bone snapping in movies ended, you know, 15 years ago. But I guess this was one of the ones that they said, hey, we're gonna snap some arms here.
Yeah.
It was like a classic in Steven Seagal films where he would make a guy's elbow go the wrong way when he snapped the arm.
I think in like Trained to
Right.
Kill had a bunch of those like scenes. That was really good.
Yeah. I love.
Well, the other thing is like the one that kind of I thought, like, you know, when they did it, I haven't seen too much of it until this movie, was the curb stomp scene in American History X. And like, oh, we haven't seen anything until this movie, right? Wow.
Yeah. So after he does this to Andre, a bunch of guards come to his aid and like take Bradley down, take him into custody, and start transferring him
to Redleaf.
I think they were just gonna like put him in the hole or something. But in the stairwell, he like brutalizes 3 of the guards and puts one of them in the hospital, and also Andre. And after that, he secures an immediate reassignment to Redleaf. So he gets there. He arrives at Redleaf. And he's greeted by Warden Tuggs, as played by Don Johnson, Can we agree?
Redleaf, like a Pinkberry type of place. It sounds like a frozen yogurt store.
It does. It definitely does. Or like a smoothie place. Yeah. Or honestly, at least here in Washington, definitely a real estate company.
Oh, yes.
Redleaf Real Estate, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you, would you rather visit a prison, a real estate company, or a frozen yogurt shop?
Frozen yogurt shop. What does a prison have frozen yogurt?
Yes, it does. They
Oh,
show
yeah.
off
Oh,
frozen
yeah,
yogurt.
definitely a
No,
prison.
come on.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely not.
Eric, what kind of prisons are you going to? All the ones I go to have frozen yogurt.
So
All you can eat? It's like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
So-
I was gonna say I've gone to very different prisons than you, my friend.
I'm very selective.
Yeah. So I love Warden Tuggs, as played by Don Johnson. He is an awesome goth with a full goth security detail.
Oh, he is goth, and he's like a cigar goth.
He is a cigar goth, which I don't love. You know, cigar goths can be annoying, but he's just got like swagger. He's got like authority. And you know, like Bradley like towers over him, but he, you know, feels almost like an equal with Bradley.
Yeah. I love seeing Don Johnson take a heel turn in the last 10 years or so in film.
Yeah.
I love watching him chew scenery. He's great. Not as great as his music career, but great.
Right, sure. Warden Tuggs is also definitely a sadist who forces inmate into submission through psychological and physical torture. And he makes this fairly clear that, like, if you cross me, like, you will be, like, severely punished. And he also makes it clear that, like, outside observers don't really see the prison, so he can keep conditions however he wants. And assigns Bradley to cell 56, which is a fucking disgusting cell with like the toilet backed up and it's just like full of shit. And so Bradley has to wrap his shirt around his face to deal with the smell. And he just basically sleeps with his shirt around his face all day.
I would do that too. It seems very gross. And the bed's too small. You see it like bow in the middle.
Yeah. I was gonna say, the swell in the bottom of the bunk of the bed. We're making his ass drag on the floor.
Yeah. This cell is I
would have pulled it out of there and laid the mattress flat on the ground, but
yeah,
if there's poop.
I feel like the cell is something you would see in like a Saw movie. Like it's comically disgusting.
Yeah, I completely agree. One other thing that Warden Tugs does at the very beginning to assert his authority is he's like, our observation room it's broken. So instead, we're going to strip search you and give you a cavity search out here in the parking lot.
Right. That was dehumanizing as hell.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Bradley lives in the cell, and they try to give him food, and he's like, he can't like eat because of the smell. It smells like shit.
Too much toilet.
Right. Yeah. And then like one day they are like, hey, time for the yard. If you want to get to the yard, put your shirt on and get out of here. And so he goes to the yard and searches for Christopher Bridge, but learns that Bridge isn't in the general population, and he must be kept in a mysterious, isolated cell block 99.
And he finds out that cell block 99 is where you go if you were a child molester, a rapist, a guy with a death sentence, or psychotic. Mm-hmm. And he's none of these, so he's going to have to be psychotic.
No. Or he's going to have to, no.
So Bradley goes to use the weights, and there's some gang members over there who make fun of him, and he says, "Get the fuck out of my way!" And he says some off-color remarks. Last time I checked, the flag isn't red, white, and burrito. Was the remark he makes to start a fight?
Imagine being a white guy writing that in the script and being like, "That's the line."
Yeah, that's it.
That's we're going with that. Or do you think Vince Vaughn ad-libbed that? So Bradley then starts a massive brawl in the prison yard. He overpowers multiple armed guards, breaking bones and breaking bones and stuff, and then they point their guns at him and they're like, hey, next move, you die. And so he gives up, but then they come down and he breaks some more bones. It's a pretty awesome fight scene. So Warden Tugs publishes Bradley by transferring him down to cell block 99, which is basically a dungeon. It's definitely a dungeon.
It's like hidden in a storeroom behind a shelf. Like you can't even get there.
Oh yeah, no, it's really cool. It's hidden behind a bookcase.
It's a secret passage.
Yeah, it's so cool. So he's forced down there, but honestly, I feel like his cell is a little better because at least it has like running water and the toilet's not clogged up with shit.
Honestly, yeah, it is slightly better than the terrible cell he had earlier. But it is full of broken glass. Don't forget that.
True. Oh, but before this, Bradley is forced to wear a belt, like a shock belt,
like a shock collar, essentially.
Yeah, as a force of punishment, based on a point system. And Warden Tugs is like, so like for each point you get here. For each infraction, you get a shock any time of the day, anytime I want. And right now, for what you did, you have 25 points. And those will be dispensed over like the next like week. And so he gets
when you're eating, when you're sleeping, when you're pissing, and when you are shitting.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yeah. So then they take him to his room with the broken glass floor. So he is led, after getting used to his cell for a little bit, he's led to a subterranean common area where he discovers Elysiar and his henchmen are housed there too, including the big guy from the heist that he knocked out. Roman, yeah. So Elysiar reveals there is no such Christopher Bridge, which Bradley had kind of figured out by this point by like yelling like Christopher Bridge into the hallway and people being like, there's no fucking Christopher Bridge here. So the entire thing in the assassination plot for Christopher Bridge was a lie designed to lure Bradley into cell block 99 so the cartel could torture him personally for losing their money. Which is wild. I mean, this whole plot is like premised on the idea that there's someone like this evil, which I'm not sure.
Yeah. And somebody who has this much juice in cell block 99, the most disgusting and high security part of the prison, that Eleazar is there. It never really explains how he got there or why he's there.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is that there's, it's similar to that movie with Law-Abiding Citizen, where they're like, oh, there's so much forethought into going into getting revenge or getting planning out a crime this far in the future, that type of situation that. Like you said, not only do they have that much juice inside the prison, but that much forethought and knowing how they were going to handle it if something went wrong.
Yeah. So, Eleazar's guards beat Bradley severely, promising to torture him every night until his wife is finally mutilated. Bradley talks to, and we also get to see like the different characters he has. So he has like the big brute guy, Roman. He's got like this little guy who can punch real fast. And then another guy. He's got 3 guys.
Yeah. And we also see that the prison staff are in his pocket as well. So he is given the controls for that stun belt that Bradley's wearing.
Right.
And so they stun Bradley a few times. They kick the shit out of him. They give him a royal beating and then send him back to his cell.
Mm-hmm. So Bradley in a cell talks to the guy across from him, and they become friends. But while he's doing that, he uses the rubber in his shoes as protectors against his shock belt.
Pretty smart.
Yeah, very smart.
Very smart move. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, hey, that's a smart one.
Yeah, I was wondering how he was going to get out of that, but that was pretty cool. So that night, the guards come to his cell, and they're like, hey, get out. A friend wants to see you. They're going to obviously take him to Eleazar, but instead, Bradley feigns like being shocked by the collar when they try it, and beats the shit out of the guards, and kills one by slamming his head in the door. And to the other one, he's like, if you want to end up like him, give me the keys or else. So he does that and locks the other guard in the room with his keys and frees himself to go take revenge. So next we get the craziest scene like ever. So Bradley breaks into Eleazar's like common area that he was taken to the night before, and he systemically executes like all of his henchmen.
This is the Brawl.
This is the Brawl in Cell Block 99, 100%, and it delivers. Like, the movie deserves to be named after the scene because it's absolutely absurd. It's one of the most brutal fight scenes I've ever seen. Like,
it's very well choreographed. It is so watchable.
Yeah.
Dear listener, if you're not going to watch this movie, we recommend you watch this movie. I think I'm skipping ahead a little bit there, but I think that just look this fight up on YouTube and it's enjoyable. It's pretty cool.
It's so if you're into graphic violence, this is as graphic as it gets in a movie that's made, basically. It's
right.
So a big thing that Bradley likes to do is to make sure someone's dead. He stomps on their head and he just like cracks their skull, like destroys their face. It's so messed up. And it just like, the practical effects on this movie are phenomenal and like make you quease when you see them.
The way I looked at it, he makes sure that their face is concaved or some part of their head is concaved.
Yes.
And you know, just, oh.
Yeah, we see a guy's jaw pop off. We see a leg go the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. So after he kills all his henchmen, Bradley breaks Elysiar's leg and makes him call his men to release his wife.
He calls that creep.
Mm-hmm. So, Gil and so Gil's like at his house, right? And the Placid Man and the abortionist arrive to drop her off. And they do, and like as they're backing up, Gil pulls out a hidden sniper rifle and executes both men. And they just like their car just like banks off. And Lauren gets the pleasure of like killing the abortionist. And it's a pretty cathartic moment in the film, I think, for everybody. Because this woman has been like tortured and like threatened with like mutilation and from these absolute sadists. And so them getting their comeuppance, I think, for the audience is just a very nice thing.
Yeah. Two real creeps who are just threatening. They're just hovering the whole time, being menacing. And to see them taken out, great classic movie moments.
So next, a whole bunch of guards arrive to the outside of the cell block. And Bradley makes a deal with Warden Tuggs. And he's like, hey, I still have like a call to make, but then I'll let you in. Otherwise, I'll like kill this other guard. And so he makes a deal with him and gets himself just a little bit of time. And with that time, he gets a call from Lauren and Gil saying that the job is done and Lauren is safe. They tell each other that they love each other. And she's like, when can I come visit you? And he kind of just laughs. And it's a pretty sad moment because it's like at this moment, you know, that Bradley is like, you know, committed to basically dying for this.
Yes. And he talks to his unborn child who he keeps calling his little koala, saying like, oh, I hope you grow up happy and healthy and I love you.
Right.
It's sweet.
It is really sweet. So next, Bradley finishes the phone call and he's like, I have one more thing to do. And he goes back to Elysiar and takes him into this room where there's like a hole in the ground.
There's a toilet.
Oh, a toilet. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. It was a toilet in the ground. And so he like smashes his head with his foot and then puts his head in the toilet and stomps on it until he's decapitated and his head falls in the toilet. Which I was just like, okay, this is overkill. And I am so on board. It's like the best final. Yeah, it's the best.
This is right up my alley.
I was immensely entertained by that specifically.
Yeah, and it echoes a moment from earlier in the film too, where he says to Eleazar, "I'm going to rip your head off."
Yeah.
And so he does. We see this guy's head get literally ripped off and fall into the toilet, and that rules.
When he said that, there was no part of me that went, foreshadowing? Nope, didn't know that was coming.
So next, we get the final scene. Warden Tuggs and the guards are let in, and they lead Bradley to his cell. He stands at the corner and looks at them, obviously at peace with his choice. And Warden Tuggs... his men fire a final fatal shot to Bradley's head, and his head fucking explodes. Credits roll.
Yeah, it was like watching a pumpkin get like thrown on the sidewalk. It's
the craziest final frame of a film you'll ever see.
Yeah. It leaves you uncomfortable and unsettled after all this.
Yeah, I mean, the whole movie's pretty uncomfortable and unsettling, but there's like moments of levity and fun where you're like, hell yeah, revenge. But like, man, it is
too much revenge.
It is a watch. It is kind of a rough watch, but it was good. What do you guys think?
All right, let's get into your rating. What do you think overall?
I am going to go ahead and give it 4 out of 5 soups. I liked it. It was very entertaining.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
It's a pretty good rating coming from producer Britt.
Yeah, there was. There's things I could have changed about it. Like, I don't know. Like, it didn't show us much of prison life at all there. I guess that wasn't really the point. It was very much a revenge film. But, you know, I like the twists and turns of, like, you know, when he figured out that Christopher Bridge didn't exist and stuff. I was like, wait, then what's this all about? And I'm like, you know, then it kind of led down to an interesting, much darker place than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I was going to say, I think the film was much darker than I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like the parts leading up to prison did seem to take, like, all of the whole movie seemed to take a while. Seemed a little
It was like an
long for
hour
some
before
reason.
he even goes to prison, right?
No, it was definitely
Yeah.
a slow
And it just-
burn action film, which I liked, actually.
Yeah. And that burn was extra slow, it seemed to me.
I don't know. I think the payoff was totally worth it, though, because it's like it had like scenes of violence and action like scattered throughout the film.
Oh, definitely.
But when it gets to the titular scene, it delivers so hard. It's like, I mean, yeah, I'm going to be thinking about that for a while. Just like some of the head stomping and face smashing and broken limbs. It's wild.
I was going to say, I'd probably give it a 3.75 soup out of 5.
It's hard to cut a soup into a quarter, just so you know.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do it.
It's the noodle.
No, we got different size bowls.
Well, we got the mama bear and the papa bear. I'm going to be the baby bear who wants it just right. So I'm going to say 3.87 soups.
Really, guys?
Yes.
I was going to give it 4, but with Eric giving it that, I'm like, oh no, this is time to be my Goldilocks.
Fellas, this is
Yeah, there we go.
this is gonna really mess up my Excel sheet.
Count me in as 4. I'm 4 soups. I think this is a lot of fun in a very dark, grotesque way. And if you don't take the movie too seriously, which you shouldn't, the movie doesn't take itself seriously. It's an interesting ride. And I'd seen this one a few years ago, and I found it pretty memorable. And on revisiting it, I enjoyed it just as much as I did the first time around. It as you said, it is probably Vince Vaughn's best role. He's very understated. I like his strong, silent type. He's like this typology of what they call a real man in prisons, like aloof, but stands up for his family and stands up for himself. And he's trying to do the right thing by his family. What's not to like?
Yeah.
And in the meantime, he's a brute.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we love that. We appreciate brute movies on the podcast here.
We do.
Now, with movie May coming to a close, I got to put back on this old judge wig, this natty old thing, and I got to sentence producer Britt to something for next time. And that's something. It's going to be a little movie called Mercy that came out in our current year, 2026, that is already on home video. Starring Christopher Pratt.
Oh,
Mercy.
No, not the one where he's in a chair talking to AI the whole time. Have mercy.
Wow.
I beg for mercy before the court by pleading for no mercy. 2026.
It is a criminal justice system movie. He's like a detective, I believe, who's on trial. He's accused of murdering his wife, and he has 90 minutes to prove his innocence to an AI judge.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep. That sounds right up your alley.
Sentencing. Harsh. I think there are amendments to the Constitution.
Right. This is an employer violation of some sort, I'm sure. You can't make
HR
me
with this one. I want to talk to somebody at the top.
Yeah. We gotta put in some like Chris Pratt clause at work, please.
Write it into our union contract.
Yes.
Right.
Well, team, we all enjoyed Brawl at Cell Block 99. We hope you do too. We hope you
it was
along.
enjoyable. It was enjoyable.
And if you don't like it, email ebronson@rw.edu with your reviews.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to complain, that's where you go. Anything that's praise, go to bstrah@rw.edu.
Yes.
So, and one little reminder about rw.edu. Or one little thing I want to throw out there is a little shout out to one of Roger Williams University students, not related to the School of Justice Studies in any way. In fact, he is a applied math major and economics minor. So just going way outside, Nathan Tassi, who just the other day won the NCAA championship for the 5K event at the national championships. So we don't,
5K's
we don't have all that many national championships, but we want to make sure we throw out. And then he also finished second in, I believe, the 8K.
Oh wow!
But I believe it was the 8K. I can't remember, but national champion in the 5K. Congratulations!
Do they make you do both races all the way through? Because I feel like if you do the 8K, they should just take your 5K time from that and be like, that's fine.
Yeah. Whatever time you broke through the ribbon.
Right. Like they should have two ribbons.
Right.
Instead of making you run like 13 kilometers, like you just run 8. Like it's a lot more efficient. Come on, people.
Yeah. We built one into the other. I appreciate that. As a man who finished my first half marathon last weekend.
Right, because then you could get times for like the 100 kilometer, the 500 kilometer, the 300. You could get, times for the 5K, the 10K, because they all fall under that, You get so many times. Consolidate.
It's not fair to sprinters, but I'm not a sprinter. What do I care? Well, with that, let's close the door.
Indeed.
And
if you like this podcast, please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. We appreciate it. It helps our podcast grow.
And if you don't,
5 stars.
still do the same.
Oh, same.
Yeah. And with that, we will say, producer Britt, take us out on "Heartbeat" by Don Johnson.
Oh man.
Yes, this is "Heartbeat" by Don Johnson. Lights out.
Lights out.
Lights out! Lights out!
This isn't "Heartbeat" by Don Johnson.
Yeah, that's copyrighted, and I don't want to pay the BMI fee for it.
I know this is not my song.
This is substantially better than anything by Don Johnson.
Stay off of Don Johnson. Keep his out of your mouth.
Lights out!